Welcome to part 2 of the Dimensions CM Jenkins Getting Started Out of the Box tutorial. In part 1 we would have installed Jenkins, configured Jenkins to use the Dimensions plugin and tested that plugin. At this point we are now going to take the next step of creating a brand new Jenkins job. We're going to make a freestyle project. We'll call this Jenkins 1. And we click on OK. At this point we now want to just specify, just for test purposes, a custom workspace. So we're going to specify C work proj 1. And I'm now going to scroll down and add a build step. In this case it's going to be a Windows batch command because I'm on a Windows system. You could use a shell command if you're on Linux or Unix. So I'm going to cd into that custom work area, and I'm basically going to perform a copy, very similar to a compilation of some kind, just running a copy command. Click on save. So we now have our job. So after creating our project, we're just now going to create our file structure. So under C work proj 1 directory, I'm now going to place in a file, just a simple text file called hello.c. And I'll place some text into that file. We'll now return to Jenkins. So we're now going to build the Jenkins project by clicking on the build button. And we can see that a build has now completed. And if we go to console output, we can see that in fact the copy hello.c has created a hello.exe. We can now review that by seeing here that the hello.exe has been created. I'm now going to delete that hello.exe file because we are going to run that build again. This time we're going to integrate with Dimensions CM. So I'm now going to go to my Dimensions CM client. For this I'm using the CM typical database, but you could use any database you wanted. I'm going to create a brand new stream, which I'm going to call Jenkins 1. I'll make sure that's an empty stream. We'll now change that stream. And I'll set my work area to point to the directory we just created. As it's my current stream, we can now perform a deliver, which picks up the hello.c file. So now we have a stream with the contents of that file that we want to build. We're now going to go back into Jenkins and we are going to configure this Jenkins build project to work with Dimensions CM. So at this point I select configure. I specify my source code management as dimensions. Project I'm using is Clarius Jenkins, so I'll just copy that across, paste that in. We can leave this as is. I click on Advanced, and again I'm going to specify my login information. Check the connection, looks good. We specify use updates because we want dimensions to supply the files to the build. And I'm just going to remove this CD from the actual build step because we want Jenkins and Dimensions to use a temporary directory for staging the build. At this point we just click on Save. We can build again. And let's review that build. And we can see now that the build has been run. It has accessed the project. It has pulled the file out to a separate location, copied the file across, and completed the build. This concludes part 2 of our CM Jenkins Getting Started tutorial.